Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्व भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita verse. Today we are going to learn a new verse, Bhagavad Gita 9:25. We had learned 9:24. Does anyone remember what was 9:24? Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mam abhijananti tatvenatascha vantite. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. 925. So the next one. So this was 924 is I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. So now we are going to memorize the next one. Please repeat. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitrivrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. So you all can start reciting now. Does anyone need to go first? Okay, so we'll begin with Achit Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan, pitran yanti pitravratah, bhutani yanti bhutetya, yanti madhyajinopi mam. Translation given by Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I just have a humble request to all the assembled devotees here that today is my daughter's birthday. So kindly bless her that she'll get immense devotion and take the shelter of the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. And she'll always be in the good association, practicing Krishna consciousness. Thank you. When she's getting ready to go to school, she's upstairs. When she comes down, I will just inform. So kindly bless. Thank you.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay, Achintya Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat, Prabhuji. Yanti deva vrata devan
Yanti deva vrata devan,
pitrin yanti pitrivrataha
pitrin yanti pitrin vataha,
bhutani yanti bhuteja
bhutani yanti bhuteja,
yanti madhyajinopi mam.
yanti mat yajino pimam. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Aditi Lata Mataji and Arunita.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yanti deva vrata deva pitrin yanti
Pitrivrataha.
pitrirvrataha bhutani yatsya bhuteja yanti madhya kyanogni bhimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Aditi Lata Mataji is there?
No, Mataji, my mom can't read her.
Okay. Lokesh? Actually, first, yeah, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan pitran yanti pitruvratah bhutani yani bhutechya yanti matyajino apimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Location Prabhu is not available.
Okay, Mataji. Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. Yes, Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan pitran yanti pitra vrata bhutani yani bhuteja yanti mad yajino pima.
Yajinopimam. Mad Yajinopimam.
Yajino pima. Translation: those who worship the demigod will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestor go to ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances.
Please
Okay.
accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitrvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopimam. Translation: those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings, and those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances of glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Yanti deva vrata devan pitran yanti pitravrata bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajino pimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, did anyone not recite yet? Everyone has recited. Okay. So in the previous verse, 924, what did Krishna say? Krishna said that anyone who does not understand my true transcendental nature, he falls down. The verse before that, Krishna had said, those who are worshipping the demigods, they are also worshipping me. But that type of worship is avidhi purvakam. It is not the right way. It's not the proper way of worshipping me. Nevertheless, because the demigods are also, that's also my energy. That's also worshipping me only. But it is not the right way. Then what is the difference of worshipping him the right way and the wrong way? So in the previous verse, it is said, the right way, so those who understand my true transcendental nature, they will get liberation. Those who don't understand my true transcendental nature and they worship me indirectly, they will not get liberation. Yes, they will fall down, Krishna said. That means they will not get liberation. So now, when Krishna said that, the Purva Pakshi is asking a question. Purva Pakshi means someone who, like the opposition party, right? So he's saying, oh, so you're so partial to your devotees? So you will only give liberation to those who worship you? You said the demigods are also worshipping. I mean, these people are also worshipping. Demigod worship is also your worship. Never mind indirectly, but that's also your worship. So you will only give liberation to those who worship you. and you will not give liberation to those who worship the demigods. This is partiality. So the Lord said, no, there is no partiality. And then he says this verse. What is this verse? Yanti deva vrata devan pitrin yanti pitri vrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopimam. No, there is no partiality here. Right? Like Krishna already said, ye yathamam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. As one approaches me, I reward him accordingly. So they're worshipping the demigods, but the demigods themselves are temporary. Those who worship the demigods, they go to the demigods. The demigods' planets are temporary. That means if the demigods themselves are finished, then what to speak of their devotees? They'll go to the demigods' planets, and then when at the end of this, at the time of annihilation, at the end of creation, what will happen to all the demigods? They are gone. So then all these devotees of demigods, they'll also have to take birth again. They have to come back to this material world again. They won't get liberation. So there is no impartiality there. I mean, there's no partiality there. And I am eternal. And those who worship me, they will come to me because I am eternal. My devotees are also eternal. It's a very fair game, right? There's no cheating here. They worship demigods, they go to demigods. Those who worship ancestors, they go to ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits, they go there. And those who worship me, they come to me. But those things that are temporary, then the worshippers of those temporary beings, they will also be temporary. They'll come back again to this material world. But because I am eternal, those who worship me, they will also become eternal. So then another question. The Purva Pakshi says, so if by worshipping the demigods one only gets repeated birth and death, why did you even introduce demigod worship? You should not have put it there, right? You shouldn't have introduced demigod worship. You should have only kept worship of the Supreme Lord. So there the answer is no. People are in different modes. Yes. Why they are in different modes? Somebody is in the mode of goodness, somebody is in passion, somebody is in ignorance. Those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance, they have a taste for that type of worship only. They have a taste for worship in passion and worship in ignorance. They will not go for worship in goodness. Worship of Lord Vishnu is in the mode of goodness. So only those who are in the mode of goodness can come to worshipping Lord Vishnu. But those who are in passion and ignorance, they won't come. Now you may say, why they have why they are in those modes? Because of their past activities, right? By the choices that we make, we are associating with those modes and we get those modes, that type of nature. When someone has a nature in the mode of passion and ignorance, then they don't get a taste for goodness. But the scriptures, the Vedas, they want to give an opportunity to everyone. It's not that just because you are in the modes of passion and ignorance, you are excluded, you are doomed. It's not like that. It's okay. There's an opportunity for you also. So the Vedas give an opportunity for all types of people. Wherever you are, you come, and from here you start. And also, wherever it is said recommending worshipping some particular demigod, it is certainly mentioned there also that actually the Lord of the master of all these sacrifices is Lord Vishnu. That is certainly mentioned there. So then anyone who understanding the position of Lord Vishnu and then they think that I'm actually worshipping Lord Vishnu in this particular demigod form, then that becomes Pratikopasaka, Vishwarupopasaka. They also get liberation. So that option is always given. Lord Vishnu is mentioned, certainly mentioned. And anyone who recognizes the true nature of Lord Vishnu and then he worships, even if he is worshipping a one particular demigod, still he can get liberation. Like that. Okay. Then now there's more here, but we'll discuss later on. Or pretty much that's what it is. So now next we will continue with Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, Madhava, you want to recite the verse? Go ahead.
Yanti deva vrata devan
Yanti
Yanti
Pitrivrataha
Bhutani Yanti Bhutesya Yanti Madhyasanopiman
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me.
Krishna Ashish, you want to recite?
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will come to me, will live with me.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 20. Bali Maharaj surrenders the universe to Lord Vamandev. So we were reading about the different reasons given by Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj, after deciding within himself that he wants to offer everything to Lord Vamandev, he's explaining to Shukracharya. So first he said that what you said is correct, that religious principle which is actually posing an obstacle to our well-being, right, in different ways, then that religious principle shouldn't be followed. It should be rejected. So what is Bali Maharaj thinking? Here the religious principle of obeying the spiritual master must be rejected because this is actually going against the higher principle of surrendering everything to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, but nevertheless, Bali Maharaj is saying it in um, an equivocal way, right? Because if he had said directly like that, everything must be offered to the Lord, so therefore I'm going to do it, then the Asuras and Shukracharya would have become very despondent. So instead of saying that, remember the word Vipra, isn't it? Was it Vipra? Vipra means Brahmana, but it also means confidential. So he's saying that, and also he said other things like cheating a Brahmana, right? I mean, he said about lies, telling lies. Mother Earth cannot bear the weight of a person who tells. She can bear all the weight, but she cannot bear the weight of a single liar. And then, therefore, how, being the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, how I can lie? Just for the sake of some, out of greed for some material property, how I can tell lies, that too to a Brahmana. I don't mind going to hell. I don't even mind dying. I don't mind poverty. I don't mind any type of misery. But I'm very fearful of cheating a Brahmana. I cannot do that like that. And then, besides, the material opulence for which you're asking me to cheat a Brahmana, to go back on my promise, those are going to leave me at the time of death. It's not like I can hold on to them eternally. They are going to leave me. So better use them now, right? Better use them now. Why should I go back on the principle of giving charity to a Brahmana? So if the Brahmana, Vamandev, is not satisfied by whatever gifts one has given, why not please him with the riches one is destined to lose at death? I think we also did 7. Dadichi, yeah. Then who are the great personalities who, for the sake of giving charity, even sacrificed their own lives, or they risked their lives? They were willing to give up their lives for the sake of charity. That means this principle of giving charity to a Brahmana, just giving charity in general, and that too to a Brahmana. And here the Brahmana happens to be the Supreme Lord. But he is not emphasizing on that point. If you notice, he's not really emphasizing on the point that he is the Supreme Lord, therefore I must offer. Although in his heart, he had already decided, I should offer everything to the Supreme Lord. That point is also explained why he is thinking like that. Because he got the kripa, the mercy of a pure devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, his grandfather. That's the only time when someone will get devotion to Krishna. Only when one gets the mercy of another devotee does one get, bhakti. So he's thinking like that. But externally, he's saying that how can I cheat a Brahmana? How can I go back after promising to give charity? How can I go back on my word? Look at examples, Dadichi, Shibi, and many other great personalities. I gave you the example of Ranti Dev, right? They sacrificed even, they were prepared to sacrifice even their lives for the sake of benefiting the people in general. So why should I also not walk in the same uh, footsteps of of those great personalities? For the sake of some insignificant land, you want me to go back, break the principle of giving charity? I don't think land is a serious consideration, right? And then, oh, best of the Brahmanas, I think this is the one where Srila Prabhupada says about being equivocal. No, not here. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, best of the Brahmanas, certainly the great demoniac kings who are now, remember, Bali Maharaj is from the lineage of the demons. So, he's glorifying. So, the great demoniac kings, they were never reluctant to fight those. That means how one becomes great, one who's chivalrous in battlefield. So, those great kings who were never reluctant to fight, no doubt they have enjoyed this world. They have enjoyed material opulences. But what was the result? They fought and they earned and they enjoyed, but all that was gone at the time of death. What is remaining now at the end? After they are gone, what is remaining? Is the wealth staying with them? Only their reputation stays. So their greatness, their activities, right? That reputation, that name, fame, that is what is going to remain. But all the wealth and all the material opulence that they achieved, where is it today? Are they enjoying that? Just take the example of Hiranyakashipu, right? He conquered the whole universe. Does he have the universe today to enjoy? He doesn't have like that. So what is the, uh, yes, great kings, they have certainly enjoyed, but everything was taken away. The only thing that remained is their reputation, right? And they are still living because of that good name, because of that reputation. So therefore, in this life, which is very short, by the way, one must try to gain some reputation by which they can live in this world like that, even after they give up their bodies. Now, I think we have to do the next one, and I think Lokesh will start, right? Text 9. Sulabha yudhi viprarshe yanivrittastanutyajah na tatha tirtha ayate shraddhaya ye dhanatyajah. Lokesh or Madhu?
O best of the Brahmanas, many men have laid down their lives on the battlefield, being unafraid of fighting, But rarely has one gotten the chance to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to a saintly person who creates holy places.
Yeah. Many men have laid down their lives on the battlefield, being unafraid of fighting. But rarely has one gotten the chance to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to a saintly person who creates holy places. This is very significant. Actually, even Krishna tells Arjun that happy or fortunate are those Kshatriyas who get an opportunity to fight. Yes? Because it's not that always there is a fight happening. Because the Kshatriyas will get an opportunity to exhibit their valor, their chivalry, their fearlessness when there is battle. They can actually, until then it's preparation. But here Bali Maharaj is saying, fighting opportunities also many Kshatriyas have gotten and they have fought on the battlefield. But how many of those have actually gotten an opportunity to give their accumulated wealth? So after fighting, whatever I have conquered, I have my accumulated wealth. How many Kshatriyas get an opportunity to donate that accumulated wealth to a saintly person? Who is a saintly person? A saintly person is he who can turn a place into a place of pilgrimage. By his presence, Tirtha Kurvanti Kurvani, right? In the third canto, about Vidurji, it is said, Yudhishthir Maharaj says, or maybe Sutta Goswami says, but there about Vidurji, it is said that saintly persons are they that they even make the holy places holy. Very interesting. They make a holy place holy. How? We know that there are places of pilgrimage. And what happens? Everyone wants to go on pilgrimage to these pilgrim sites, holy places. Why people want to go there? Because throughout the year they are committing all types of sinful activities, and then they want to get rid of that burden. So once a year they go on pilgrimage to some holy place and take bath in a holy river, river Ganges, river Godavari, river Yamuna, and then you shed all your sins, and then you go back to your place and then perform your material activities again. But what happens to these holy places? Now they are piled up with all these sins. So ordinary people go to holy places to shed their sins. But holy people also go to holy places. The devotees. Who is a holy person? That is also said. One who is carrying the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart. One who is carrying the Lord in his heart is a holy man. So when such a person goes to a holy place, then the holy place becomes rid of all its sins. It becomes once again purified. Even the holy river needs to get purified. So then the holy river, when a holy person goes and takes a bath, then because he's carrying the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart, and the Supreme Lord is like the sun, Krishna Surya Sama, right? Where there is sun, can there be any contamination? No. Even contaminated things become purified in the presence of the sun. Like when there is sun, even where there is urine and stool, all that becomes dried up, right? Even if you have some, dirty contaminated things, you put it out in the sun, it becomes sterilized. That is the power of the sun, which is still part of this material creation. What to speak of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Wherever he goes, is there any possibility of any contamination or sins to remain there? No. So because this pure devotee is carrying the Supreme Lord in his heart, when he goes and takes bath in the holy river, all the sins that ordinary people have shed there, they all become purified. So, if anyone gets an opportunity to give some donation to such a Vaishnava, can you imagine what a good fortune it is if you get to give your accumulated wealth to a Vaishnava? So that is what Bali Maharaj is telling Shukracharya. Many Kshatriyas have gotten opportunities to fight on the battlefield. What to speak of fighting? To give up their lives, lay down their lives on the battlefield. What is the result of that? When someone gives up his life on the battlefield, then the doors of heaven are open to him. He'll go to the heavenly planets for a long life, very comfortable life. But if you give your accumulated wealth to a saintly person, you have pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Bali Maharaj is saying, rarely has one gotten an opportunity to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to a saintly person who creates holy places. So next is purport. You have some questions. Let us read the purport and then we can discuss questions. Okay. So
Can you bless? Sorry.
Mataji. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. We are not able to hear.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, can you all please bless Ankita? She's your Mataji.
Ankita, wish you a very happy birthday. May you be blessed by Lord Krishna. How old are you today?
17, Mataji.
Wow. What can I say? Wish you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you.
I know
Hare
you're a
Krishna.
very sincere devotee. May your devotion to Krishna keep growing. That's my sincere prayer.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ankita, wish you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Thank you.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Ankita.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy birthday. There is very nice one Hare Krishna TV launched happy birthday song, you know. So maybe end of the class we can do that. 5 minutes.
Okay,
Everybody likes, you know. Very nice. We can play it
sure.
if everyone agrees.
Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare
Thank
Krishna, Ankita. You're on mute, Mataji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Happy birthday. Wish you very happy Krishna conscious birthday.
Ankita.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Happy birthday, Ankita.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay. So let's do the purport now. Lokesh is there, Mataji. Lokesh and Prabhuji are there. No? Maybe not. So Kalpesh Prabhu and Sonia Mataji, you can take turns reading the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
many Kshatriyas have laid down their lives on the battlefield for their nations, but hardly a person can be found who has given up all his property and his accumulated wealth in charity to a person worthy of the gift, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 17.30.
20.
20, yes. Tatvayam idi yat danam dityate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha tad danam satvikam smritam.
Yeah.
This gift, which is given out of the duty at the proper time and place to a worthy person and without expectation of return, is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness. Thus, charity given in the proper place is called sattvika. And above this, charity in goodness is transcendental charity, in which everything is sacrificed for the sake of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaman Dev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, had come to Bali Maharaj for alms. How could one get such an opportunity to give charity? Therefore, Bali Maharaj decided without hesitation to give the Lord whatever he wanted. One may get various opportunities to lay down his life on the battlefield, but such an opportunity as this is hardly ever obtained.
Yes. Hare Krishna. So just think about how many of us get the opportunity where the Lord is personally coming and asking for charity. It's a very extremely rare opportunity. And it is said, so Srila Prabhupada is saying in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we see, charity, sacrifice that is performed in how it is it can be categorized according to the modes of material nature. So there it is said, what is charity in goodness? What is charity in passion? What is charity in ignorance? So charity in goodness means when you give it as a matter of duty, not you do it because this is my dharma. Let's say for grihasthas, the dharma is to give charity. You just give charity, not that if I do this, then I will get that. No, without expectation of any result. When someone does, that is charity in the mode of goodness. But even beyond charity in the mode of goodness is, Srila Prabhupada explains, charity in in transcendental position. That means charity which is given for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. That is the highest type of charity. So that opportunity one does not get easily. So when we get an opportunity, we should take that opportunity. That's the giving charity for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. It's an opportunity where you are immediately recognized by Krishna. You are recognized by Krishna. So Bali Maharaj got that opportunity. So of course, what did he say here? Saintly person, right? Again, he's saying this is a Brahmana, like that. Bali Maharaj is saying, rarely has one gotten the chance to give his accumulated wealth faithfully to a saintly person who creates holy places, like that. But here, that saintly person is Bhagavan himself. Text 20. This will be the last verse today. Manasi manasvinah karunikasya shobhanam yadarthi kamopanayena durgatihi kutah punar brahma vidam bhavadrisham tato vatorasya dadami vanchitam. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation. By giving charity, a benevolent and merciful person undoubtedly becomes even more auspicious, especially when he gives charity to a person like your good self. Under the circumstances, I must give this little brahmachari whatever charity he wants from me.
Yeah. By giving charity, a benevolent and merciful person undoubtedly becomes even more auspicious. So charity is so good that it only increases his auspiciousness. A merciful person, when he gives charity, it will only increase his auspiciousness, especially when he gives charity to a person like your good self. He's talking to Shukracharya. You are a Brahmana, right? So when any benevolent like Data, right, a merciful person, liberal person, when he gives charity, that too to whom? The Patra is also important. Who you are giving charity to is important. If you are giving to someone like you, that means a Brahmana, then the auspiciousness of that giver increases. So, under the circumstances, I must give this little brahmachari whatever charity he wants from me. Right? So, he's just making the point about charity, and that's why the very first verse it is said in his heart he decided why he's giving. But this is what he's presenting to Shukracharya. I must give to a Brahmana like you, so therefore I must give this brahmachari also, because he's asking. Under the circumstances, I must give. It will only increase my auspiciousness. Right? I must give this little brahmachari whatever charity he wants from me. So next, Medha and Usha Mataji are here. No? Priyanka Mataji, you are able to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please
Yes,
accept
Mataji.
my humble obeisances to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Purport.
Purport, yeah. If one accepts a poverty-stricken position because of losing money in business, gambling, prostitution, or intoxication, no one will praise him. But if one becomes poverty-stricken by giving all of his possessions in charity, he becomes adored all over the world. Aside from this, if a benevolent and merciful person exhibits his pride in becoming poverty-stricken by giving his possession in charity for good causes, his poverty is a welcome and auspicious sign of a great personality. Bali Maharaj decided that even though he would become poverty-stricken by giving everything to Ramanadev, this is what he would prefer.
Yeah. So somebody who loses money does not become famous. So many examples are there. People, they go to prostitutes, they go to casinos, and they lose all their wealth. They all become famous people or what? No. But by giving charity, if someone becomes poverty stricken, can you give an example? Somebody who gave everything he had and he became poverty stricken, and he's so famous. He's known for that charity. Very famous. Karna. Okay, Karna. Okay, yeah, you remember Karna because he gave up, his kavacha and his earrings, and because of which he actually became vulnerable in battle, and ultimately he got killed. If he had that, nobody could kill him. Okay, Karna. Yes, Prabhu. Kalpesh Prabhu raised it. Yes. Sudama. How, Prabhuji? He
He
became.
gave Pandu, right? And in exchange, he got.
No. I'm saying he becomes famous by giving. So actually, he becomes poor. So we are talking about charity here. He has given whatever he has, and by giving that, he became a poor person.
Oh, poor person. Okay. I thought.
Yeah, he becomes a poor person, and even though he becomes a poor person, he becomes very famous. Like, for example, Madhava said Karna. Karna had this wealth, this opulence, and he gave it. And by giving that, ultimately he got killed. But still, he is known as Dana Veera Karna, like that. Mataji, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, recently you mentioned one Maharashtrian devotee. You told us to see that movie also.
Tukaramji. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, that's just for him. That is a small thing. That's not a big thing because his main thing is he's a pure devotee of the Lord. But yes, he had, yeah, that person gave all the grain to him, but he gave everything, and then to this day we talk about him. Yes, but it's not like he became poverty stricken. Yeah, you can say if he had kept it, he would have been a wealthy person, but he didn't accept it. Yes, Mataji. Okay, Aditi Lata Mataji. I'm thinking of one person, like he's very famous just for giving charity and becoming poor. Aditi Lata Mataji.
Poor. I was thinking of Tukaram only, but poor no. But Ford gave to Prabhupada, but he didn't become poor. So I don't know.
Of course, that's there. Yeah. Poor means externally. Like, yeah, he didn't become poor. That's true. But I was thinking of Raja Harishchandra. He gave because he promised to give Vishwamitra Muni. He gave, and to keep that word, how much difficulty he had to go through. He even had to sell his wife. His boy was killed. He himself became a slave of one, Chandala actually, to that extent. But he is known to this day. We talk about Raja Harishchandra because he was, he was true to his word, of course, to keep his word, but also in what sense? In the sense of giving everything in charity, he kept that, right? So by giving charity to a Brahmana, your reputation, you gain such a reputation that you will be remembered forever, right? That's the point. So Bali Maharaj is saying the same thing here, that I have decided to give. Why? Because, yeah, because here, if one accepts a poverty stricken position because of losing money in business, etc., he doesn't become famous. But a liberal person, if he actually takes pride, right? Like even though he becomes poor, he feels good about it. I became poor because of giving charity to a saintly person, and he takes pride in that. Then such poverty is actually welcome because he's not feeling, oh, why did I give this money? Now see how much I have to suffer. He doesn't feel like that. Even though he's poor, he's taking great. He feels like he has earned so much. Materially, I may not have food and clothes or whatever, but I have this great satisfaction and I have that wealth of auspiciousness, right? Piety, you can say, that I have earned by giving charity. But what to speak of if you're giving charity to a saintly person, and in this case, giving to Bhagavan, right? So Bali Maharaj said, so I have decided I'm going to give charity to Vaman Dev. Yeah, just 3 more days. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then my class will be over there. So we'll go back to our routine time, but I will have to end here today. 2 more days, and then we will go back to our normal schedule.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mataji, for the river, I just wanted to share that Bhagirathi also came in that I mean, she had this
Gangaji.
Bhagirathi, yeah. That Sagar and Bhagirathi, that story is there, no?
Yeah, Bhagirath. Bhagirathi means Ganga Devi. Bhagirath. Yeah.
She came because she was assured that,
Right.
only the sin will be washed away, whatever.
Correct. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. So, Prabhuji, Kalpesh Prabhu, you want to play the birthday song, and then after that, I'm going to end the meeting. Thank you all very much, and happy birthday, Ankita, once again. So we will end the class here. After the song, I'll end the meeting.
Yeah, I'm planning. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Krishna Krishna to you. Hare Hare to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Rama Rama to you. Hare Hare to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Krishna Krishna to you. Hare to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Rama Rama to you. Hare Hare to you. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you go back to Godhead. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. May you go back to Godhead. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna
We will end here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna to you.